Kings conquer and achieve everything. Call his hustle a struggle? Huh, sis? Rub his shoulders. Place a hand on his head and pray he comes home. He's not the problem, he's the result. If he don't hit the streets, his people don't eat. Like a lion? Hell no. They send the woman to catch the feast. Nah, what he is a modern day entrepreneur, not a jungle beast, but a savage in these streets. Hello, fire elements. Welcome to Time Wit T. Vibe with T. I done changed the name and forgot. Welcome, y'all. This is a general reading. It is June 2nd, 2023. Let me just say, there is a theme happening so far. I don't like these little threads sticking out. I've read for air and water. Similar message, but a little different circumstances. So the circumstances were different for each, but the message, the guidance, powerful. So I'm following the trend, and I'm going to predict without divine guidance that we are going to continue this message. This message is like a trumpet horn sounding. It is literally a warning. It is an enlightenment. It is an awareness to be thankful for. So if you came on here looking to see if you're the person that you don't even match vibrationally, or that you're in this toxic situation with, if they just go miraculously, or if you asking for stuff and it's not in line, I'm not your reader. I am not it. You might as well just if you're ready to connect with divine self, stay. If not, go on and click somebody else. It's a lot of them with some good titles on. You gonna get what you want out of somebody. That's not gonna be this. This is divine guidance to bring you into your royal godly self. So yeah, all that other stuff is small fries. That low vibrational ish, we're not gonna be doing that over here. So let me get this deck energized and my intent, and then we'll get this going, okay? Divine energy, divine source, divine truth. This is for the fire elements of Aries, Leo, and Sag. Starting with the Offset deck for overall energy. Praises to the Most High. What'd you go outside for?
Yeah, I thought that I saw Kitty.
Oh, Kitty's in the house.
Oh, you did that?
No, you let her out earlier?
Someone did.
Oh, okay. Because Kitty was here when I did my first reading. Did someone let Kitty out since then?
I think so. Because I just saw her outside before.
Him.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, y'all. Kitty is a he. Yep. Let's see what the circumstances are surrounding your reading, but there is literally some things going on energetically, vibrationally, with frequency, with all, and it's related to the earth, and the divine force, the Nitiru, the all. There is no stopping this. It's what we've done that has brought us to this place, and so this guidance is in line with that. You have the moon to the wheel, to the Fool, to the Chariot. The moon is about reflection.
about being self-aware, right? It's about understanding your shadow and coming into an enlightenment of Most High Self, okay? What you're supposed to be looking at right now are the parts that need to be changed, that need to be transformed in self to become Most High Self. Y'all have been some risk takers, or you have been operating by the seat of your pants without any discernment, emotionally, without planning correctly. You may make a decision, something else presents, and then you change your whole situation, not because it's positive, but because it's convenient, or because you don't want to think too hard on it, or you don't want to, oh, well, there's some money here, or I have more time to myself, or whatever your reasoning is. Your reasoning is not in relation to connection to Most High Self, to your divine purpose and divine path. You may feel that, and the reason that is true is because you are leading with the moon. You are leading with this self-reflection, and then the wheel, which is change. There's a resistance to this, to consistently change. So you have made strides. Congratulations. But then you take 2 steps forward and go 4 steps back. You feel me? And then you wind up stuck again and uncomfortable or miserable, dissatisfied. And this is telling you it's time for you to dig in wholeheartedly. Dig in. Your shadow is not to be something that you're embarrassed of or ashamed of. Your shadow is a tool to teach you where you don't resonate. It is a teacher. Lessons come from shadow. Understanding our triggers, understanding self on a deeper level comes through doing shadow work. So you're being called to do some shadow work. And right now, this isn't pointing at anything outside of you. Like the other 2 readings that were similar to this, it spoke about people around them, people connected to them, their relationships. This is talking about you, fire elements. This is talking about you. Nothing else. Like, not even trying to figure out who's who. Because this is saying you haven't even figured you out. You haven't even figured out how to forgive yourself. You haven't figured out how to understand frequency and what yours is currently and what you need yours to be in the reality that you know is your most high reality. So some changes are here, and that's good. But you don't come in here. Don't come in Vibe with T talking about who, what, when, where, when you haven't even sat with yourself. I always tell people this. I say, there's a part of me that I keep on reserve, right? It is not the forefront. It is a part of my energetic imprint, which is very powerful. But at one point in my life, in my early years and my childhood, in my childhood I was more fearful, but in my youth, in my 20s, I was very angry, but I was very confrontational. I was very protective and defensive. You know what I mean? Like, to people that I knew, the communication wasn't there. The emotional maturity wasn't there. So very reactive. And I reserve some of that. I reserve some of that energy, not the reactions, not how I handled it, but I reserve that gangster in me that can look out for me, that can say, no, we're going to stand up and protect ourselves. No, we're going to stand up and we're going to pay attention to the red flags. No, we're not going to indulge in partying and drinking because it takes you away from your peace, and you have to spend days resetting just to get balance to be able to think properly. Like, you become very you keep those parts of you that are ultimately and totally going to choose violence. And I'm not promoting violence. I'm just saying to stand 10 toes down and say, don't F with me. I reserve homegirl in my energetic imprint. And what that does is, I don't know it, but just walking around, it has, energy transforms. So it has transformed now to a confidence. I know I got me. In all aspects, I know I've got me, right? So there's a confidence that I don't have to be angry. I don't have to walk around not trusting everybody. Like, I can check you by your frequency. I can check you by your vibe. I feel it, it communicates, right? So I reserve that. That is a part of me still. It has just transformed into a positive. So your shadow self serves a purpose. It does. But the risks that you take with yourself, with self, you're being told it's time to move out of that quickly. Like, it's time to dig in, like right now. Like, there are things going on in actions and elemental things happening, energetic things happening, that you are literally being told right now. So this isn't after I'm gonna click off of this and then I'm gonna go, eat something. And no, while you eating, you need to be self-reflecting. While you eating, you need to be researching the dark night of the soul. You need to be researching triggers. You need to research generational trauma. You need to be researching and learning and gaining the knowledge to help you climb up out of this and come into the sun, to the positive side of this. It don't matter who did what to you. This is what this is saying. Divine force is saying, this ain't about what they did to you. Some of you have continued the pattern and repeated the pattern. So now it's time for you to dig in and figure out why you repeated it and forgive yourself. You need to be very, very self-aware of how you think, how you feel, how you speak, what you accept, what you absorb. It is time for you to invest in you now. Like, there's no period of you get to continue to point fingers. 3 are pointing back. It's time for you to look at the 3 fingers pointing back. You see that? It's time for you to look at them. Now let's dig into the energy oracle. I'm telling you, this ain't y'all. This ain't just y'all. This is the other 2 elements too. This is what it's about to be. I have to do Earth next, and I know what it's about to be. And I'm thankful because there are some shifts happening dimensionally, etherically, and it is related to Earth. It is related to us, us as energetic beings. It is related to something that where it's you could say fate or whatever, and no, because what's about to happen has been determined, has been set by the actions on this plane for a while. So there is a shift happening, and through love, which is the highest frequency, we are all being given this warning. We are all being given this call. So this is a very positive, and it is a very loving offering. Just this guidance alone. Check other readers, authentic readers. You will find that they not talking about who you dating. They talking about, look, the clock is ticking. You know how they flip those hourglass sand clocks over? Yeah, it's been going. You feel me? So let's go. This is the energy oracle. Cute. Almost top card of strategy. All right, caring connections. It's time to surround yourself around. So you all already have a network of enlightened or woke or high vibrational ascended P masters. You already have these people in your life some way or another. But you kind of teeter on, are you capable of that type of life versus you can manage this chaos better, you can manage this trouble and this mess better. Some of you have been very withdrawn or indecisive about moving into this new way of being, to true self, to most high self. Some of y'all have signed some contracts, some soul contracts, and this shadow work is going to help you release yourself from them. Some of these contracts are generational, so they're not yours necessarily, although we are all Nitiru, having this divine force, having an experience just through me and through you, but you and I'm having the same experience as you are me, and it is connected. The data is being sent up to divine force, to all that one. Okay, all praises. You taking me too far. Thank you. Pull me back. Let me pull us back. That's what that was. But there's some contracts that are not related to this life, and all praises, that was better. They aren't related to this life, and so you have contract to strategy to blossoming abundance. So this is telling you that, well, let me straighten it out. Caring connections, indecision, the world, contract, strategy, blossoming abundance. So this is telling you that through self-care, that indecision is going to fall away. The world is here. Are you going to be self, most high self, God self? If so, and you choose to sit with some of you, this is so this new age stuff has us thinking we have to choose one thing over the other, and we forget that we can be diverse and we can choose multiple things at once. Like, we don't have to be in this box. And for some of you, you're like, either I'm this or either I'm that, either I do this or either I do that. And this is like, no, you can meditate, you can go to therapy, you can listen to music and sing, you can be exercise, use fitness, you can be self-aware nutritionally, you can and research, and you can indulge in, say you like a piece of pizza sometimes, like there's no nutrition in it, but it's your thing. Like, you don't have to be one way. And this indecision of yours is because you have sat in a place of, I have to be completely not me. I cannot identify. What you won't identify with is what doesn't serve you, what is struggle, what is poverty, what is chaos, what is addiction, what is drama, what is toxicity, what is false, what is disrespectful. Those things won't vibe with you. You won't vibe with it anymore. So those are the changes that are going to happen through this shadow work. And so I have to ask you, what's wrong with that? So it's time to strategize. It's time for you to really. So you go from indecision to strategy. Okay? It's time for you to really know who you are. It really is. There's this, if you have water in your chart, check out the water elements reading. If you have air in your chart, check out the air element reading. It'll go more in depth. Trying to keep my energy up so that I can get through all of these. I still have earth to do. So there's a more of an explanation there. And the reason I'm not being led to dig into it is because it spoke about their power and they needed to hear that they were powerful. You all know that you are. You all know that there's something about you. There's something positive. There's something purposeful, right? You know that. But you've been stuck. So, you know, this is about waking up to and being wise to how you move and think. Understanding that this is bigger than money. That's going to come. Comfortability, riches, not having to compete or struggle. That's coming. You just being able to create your reality the way you see fit in power because you are ascended is different than low vibrational competing, you know, to get where you want to be without any divine guidance or connection or awareness. Okay? Let's get some tarot. Strategizing to get to that blossoming abundance, which is consistent and never ending. And that is in reference to your relationships, the people, places, and things that you connect with from that moment on. And this will begin through your shadow work. You don't have to wait until you've arrived or something like that. You have to set the ball in motion. Chariot is here. There is no more delay, no more time for indecision. It's time to dig in. And as you grow, you're going to continue to attract that ascended, godly energy in other people. So, yeah. Any tarot for the fire elements. Some of y'all carrying some emotional and physical burdens. Life has not been fair. It is time for you to elevate. 10 of Wands to the 6 of Pentacles to the Sun to the 5 of Cups. It is time for you to elevate. It is time for you to grieve and release that grief. It is time for you to dig in and understand why you protect yourself so heavily, why you can be so, I feel the word spiteful, why you can act like you don't care. It is a protection mechanism, and you need to unpack that. And then you choose who you care for, and y'all have been choosing to care for people who don't offer reciprocity because a part of you was still toxic and you were okay with the drama. And now you're being called into complete harmony. Enough of that, right? And there will be a grieving. There will be a grieving. And you won't grieve because you feel like you're changing and don't identify with yourself. You're actually self now, most high self, God's self. You're going to be grieving because it took you so long, you know, on a linear timeline. Like, we're here for a short moment, right? Success from walking into this shadow work, walking away from what doesn't serve you and into your shadow, walking into the night. You see that? Walking into the night, walking into your divine self. That's what you're being called to. What is this? Surrender. Anything you need. So this is saying, Hangman to the 5 of Swords. This is having that realization that you were really vibing on some toxicity, that maybe you was the problem. And it's time for you to really understand that caring connections are what comes in through ascension, are what comes in through high vibrational living and being high vibrational. So what you used to be afraid of, or what you used to push away, or you didn't honor, because some of you have caring connections in your life and you don't honor them. Now it's time for you. You're going to have this realization of who's who, and some of you are going to have to, offer an apology through how you act, how you speak, how you talk, how you move. Like, you're going to present yourself in a caring way now. And you're not going, some people say there are people who say they love their partner and they do everything in their power to make them stressed, miserable, to devalue them. And that's some of y'all. We're not talking about what other people did to you. We're talking about y'all. That's what divine is talking about. And some of you really love or think you love this person, but that is the opposite of love, right? Some of you, it isn't love, and that's why it's the way it is. But some of you have good people, caring connections, and you literally are self-sabotaging them with some pitiful, low vibrational ways. And these caring people are being separated. They are ascending, and they are no longer going to vibrate where you're vibrating. You're going to make self-sabotaging decisions. You're going to speak in self-sabotaging ways. You're going to do things that are going to push them away, and they are going to go off in the distance themselves, because they too are being called to their most high self. So understand that. That's some insight. That's some jewels. You need to know that. So when you sit crying, if you choose to not do the shadow work, and you seeing things unfold, because like I said, there's some shifts happening. When you seeing it happen, don't be crying. Remember, you chose to remain low vibrational. You chose to not grow up emotionally. And so sit where you sit. Chariot in reverse. This is about not taking those risks. The Fool is in reverse. That's that recklessness. Some of you are going to slow down and remain reckless, and it's going to affect your happiness. It's going to affect your relationships and the people connected to you. That's why you got to sit and you've got to receive the downloads. You've got to connect. You've got to connect to divine force. You have to. Dimensionally, there are energies, beings to assist you that are high vibrational, that want to see you win. The collective. And you just have to really put the time, and you have to right now say this is it, not slow down and then not continue the full path, the full shadow work, the full reflection. Some of you are going to slow down, and then you're going to walk around like you this saint, and you really still doing reckless shit. Excuse me. And it's going to affect your happiness. Or you can choose to elevate, to make the therapy, meditation, yoga, qigong, whatever you need to do, whatever resonates with you, to elevate and become aware and allow Most High Self to direct your life and to set your frequency at that high vibration. Whatever you need to do to get this thing together. Many doors will open, but you have to connect to the communication. It's time for you to stop machinating and coming up with all these different ideas and stuff. And it's time for you to surrender. It's time for you to really, and like I said, your shadow is not your enemy. You're not supposed to feel bad or look at yourself in a negative way. You're supposed to use it as a tool. You don't know until you know, right? So now that you're knowing, you can say, I get why I used to do that. I understand that. There's no hard feelings. There's no beating yourself up for it. It's now you know. You will be so surprised. You are going to be surprised when you see how many people embrace you through your shadow work and through you coming through and understanding yourself. No one wants to honor the chaos. You are going to be honored in your awakening. Shadow work is the tool. Okay? Let me get you some self-care. Look at the stars. This is about understanding that there is a greater plan at play. Not these low vibrational emotions and fears and, you want to have it all. You want the reality you want. Understand, get connected to that which you don't know. Because what you've been doing ain't working. So let's try what you ain't been doing. Let's try something new. Because, hurting people, you're creating more karma and more karma and more karma. And again, we're not talking about what somebody did to you. You need to leave it alone if it don't work for you. We talking about what you've done up to this point. Okay? Make yourself a healthy treat. Believe in fairy tales and dance. This ain't talking about getting drunk at the club because you're doing a detox. You cleansing this avatar. We ain't doing that. But this is about dancing and listening to high feeling music, positive music, things that don't make you reflect on the, following the pattern. Sometimes you can't even listen to some songs until you've come through the other side of the situation. Y'all ever broke up and been like, oh, I can't listen to that. That was our song. And then you come into a point where you hear it and you listen to the song and be like, dang, that song didn't affect me anymore. Be very purposeful and aware of what you're listening to, but dance. Turn your music on and dance in your room, your living room, jump on the bed. I don't know. I'll take it. I kind of flipped it. I thought that was my car alarm. Rebirth. First card out. Communion with divine source. Communion with shadow and most high self. It's time for you to dig in. Earth magic. You are an earth angel. Your frequency is going to contribute to so much, and you are meant to have the reality that you want for your experience here. But it don't come just because you want it. Promise. You came here and you promised yourself that you would wake up. You promised that you would come into your full power and your truth. And you're being called to wake up. You made this promise. Most High, God's self, made a promise to not let this avatar, this third dimensional life, stop you from your true self, your true frequency, your true vibration, and waking up. You made this promise. New beginning. Passion. You are going to be passionate about your path because you're going to be making and creating and living this high vibrational life, sitting with high status in energy and ascension beings. And you're going to be like, this is it. This is lit. This is lit. That was heavy. This is light and this is lit. That's what you're coming into. Purification. It's time to purify yourself and release that shadow, the tendencies and the character and the actions of shadow you. It's time to release it. Okay? Let me get you some numerology and then we'll wrap this up. Self-love, creativity. Karmic completion. I told you some of this is generational stuff. It wasn't even about this life. It just came in attached to you. Some of you are the what do they call them? The generational curse breakers of your lineage, of your people. Personal growth and compassion. Physical activity. That goes with that dancing, workout, whatever you need to do to burn off that negative energy. Relationship change. This is not just related to love. Some of you, it is love related. For some of you, it is attracting a whole new tribe of people that support you and genuinely love and care for you to help you through this process you're going through. Because there will be a disconnect from that negative, chaotic life that you've been accepting and you've been participating in. There will be a complete level up and you're going to love it, okay? That is your reading, fire elements. I hope it helps, this reading. If you don't understand the importance of it, I respect your free will. I respect where you at in your life. But this is an important message. There is a call going out. Go check the air elements. Go check the fire elements. Different circumstances. But the inference, the urgency, and the power that came through those readings, you don't have time to play. I'm going to say it, finish with, you don't have time to play. Peace.